Hello and good afternoon. Today we are joined with the fabulous Lorraine Keeling. Lorraine, would you like to tell everyone who you are, where you're from, and what you do?
I'm Lorraine Keeling. I'm the founder of Quantum Creator Ltd. And I'm based in Biddulph, North Staffordshire, and all over the world on Zoom. I run holistic retreats and I do holistic therapies, which are a combination. So the therapy sessions are bespoke for each individual client. So it can include a lot of hypnotherapy-based work, emotional freedom technique, and other therapies, including Reiki and some sound work. So the way I work is I find out what is best for each individual client. And when the hypnotherapy goes to the subconscious mind, the quantum creative therapy goes beyond that into the superconscious. So for the more spiritual clients, they really tune into the guidance of their own higher self. And we all know you are your own best therapist. So in addition to the one-on-one sessions, I speak at various different events. I'm at the Women Only Wellness Festival in Northallerton this weekend, and it's going to be quite hot, I think, but we may need wellies, who knows. So I speak at different events, and I have a retreat coming up in the countryside in Poland in October.
Amazing. That sounds very exciting. So, Lorraine, you're joining me today because you have been nominated for an award.
Yeah.
And how did it feel when you received that award nomination come through this year?
It's really good to be nominated for a Rising Star Award because I only created the company last year in October 2025. So I have been doing various different therapies and I graduated from the Northern College of Creative Hypnotherapy in 2010. That was at Tameside Hospital. And since then, I've been wanting to develop my business. And I went part-time in the office job, so I'm half and half at the moment. So, like many other newcomers, we kind of transition between doing an ordinary job, if you like to call it ordinary, into doing the holistic or the more soul aligned type of work that a lot of people feel called to do at the moment. So it's really good that people are seeing me more than, a hobby hypnotherapy, which was the case the first kind of few years. And, when you get invited to speak at different events, it's really good. And I feel like this is more my purpose, and particularly the feedback from the clients. And you see what happens when people start to believe in themselves and they let go of all the old limiting beliefs. And you really need to let go of the old to create space for the new. And I think for me personally, the more you get out of the past and get out of your own way, the more it creates space for you to really shine and create a life of joy and purpose, which is what I'm about.
Yeah, I love it. And each nomination that comes through comes with a different energy or a different reason as to why that person's been nominated. So you've gone through the nomination process, you've completed your application, and then you've gone through to the finals. How does that feel?
It's really good to get through to the finals, especially knowing, the standard of other people that have been nominated. That a lot of them are more well established than me. Uh, it's good that the spiritual businesses are actually being recognised because that's what people need at the moment. Because there's so many people with anxiety and stress, and there's such horrific things going on in the world, but we're actually at a state of change. So it's always been there. The troubles have always been there, but they're actually coming to the surface in order to be released. So I think in 5 years' time, the world is going to look very different than it does today.
Yes, I think you're right there. And that's one of the reasons that I've created this, so that spiritual entrepreneurs can feel more accepted in traditional business formats. Because I don't want my kids growing up in a world where they can't access their intuition or they're shut down for it or ignored. And or made to feel like they don't fit in just because they have access to their intuition a lot stronger than what some people do. So yeah, it's nice to be able to create that pathway to bring more people into the spotlight instead of being hidden. So we've got a couple of weeks now. 9th of July, we are going to be live in person in a room for the second year running. And Lorraine, this is going to be your second year. So what was it about the first year that made you feel like it was an absolute no-brainer to get back in the room again?
Well, the awards really are secondary to the whole event. It's more about the speakers and the inspirational speakers that you see that they may be a few years ahead of you, and you see what happens when people follow their purpose and they get out there. And you can learn a lot. And even if it's something that you already know or you might have heard before, it's a reminder to yourself. And you think, yes, I know that, and I need to kind of focus on certain things that maybe it's something I tell my own clients and it comes back at me via some of the speakers. And also last year we did, a lot of empowerment exercises as well. So it kind of unearths things, and you're in a room full of holistic therapists and spiritual entrepreneurs. So if there's something you need to work on, particularly I worked with Jill Kirkham afterwards. I did some coaching with her, which I found really useful. She's a state change alchemist, and she's just one of many people that you connect with. And also, because I collaborate with a lot of different events, it's really good to get to know people and that you might see them at other events. Like Jenny, who won an award last year, she's one of the speakers at the Women Only Wellness event, particularly the area around the north of England. Everyone is especially friendly and supportive because there's so many big events that are all in London. And to have this event in the north, it really shows to people that, it's not all about the capital city of the country. And especially this year, it's international. So we're welcoming in people from all over the world. And I know people that want to travel more, and those that have online businesses where they can do the therapy online as well as in person. It gives them the opportunity if they happen to be working abroad or on a retreat, they can still join this course, which is very inclusive for anyone who can't make it to the north of England.
It's interesting. It is really interesting how we have brought this event together. And it's really lovely to hear your experience from that as well. So thank you for sharing, Lorraine. I'm in that space at the moment where I'm only a couple of weeks away now. As of tomorrow, we're literally 2 weeks away. So, and I'm actually really calm. And then I'm thinking, but I can't sleep. I think, is it excitement that's making me not sleep? Is it? What's really going on here? So yeah, the event itself is way more than just a celebration of awards and celebrating people. It's about showcasing the magic that we are actually doing in the world. And when you can showcase something so powerfully that a room full of people walk away with a transformation, it just makes the entire event completely priceless. So I'm really excited to have you join us for the second year, but this time as a finalist. And yeah, see what unfolds.
Yeah, and it's a great venue as well, being in that castle.
Yes, the venue is just like the icing on the cake for me this year. I'm super excited about it. So, Lorraine, you're doing Quantum Creator, you're launching retreats, you're kind of all over the country and doing lots of different things at the moment. So where can people find you to connect?
So my website is awakentolive.co.uk, and you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Lorraine Keeling. And I do have a new website coming soon, which is quantumcreator.co.uk. That will be launched later on this year. So I'm combining the two because some of the work I do is a little bit more corporate, is more hypnotherapy, mindset, business based, and some of it is more spiritual with the events and that. I was at Conscious Camp in May, so I'll be speaking there again next year. It's a
Amazing.
combination of kind of the spiritual work and the kind of the more mindset work.
Yeah, it's amazing. So go and go and connect with Lorraine. Go and check her out. Go and follow her and find out a little bit more about what she does and how she does it, because she's quite an inspirational woman, I have to say. And if you haven't got your ticket yet, make sure you get one. Make sure you get in the room. Make sure you come and have this experience. And don't feel like you're not welcome, because we have an open door policy. We do welcome you no matter what your background, even if you're not promoting yourself as spiritual, but you're just feeling curious, get in the room. Come and see what the fuss is all about. All right, Lorraine, thank you so much for joining me today. And I look forward to celebrating your success at the event.
See you soon.